Today I'm going to speak to you on how to configure Active Directory domain services on Windows 2008 server. First of all, let's make sure that the clients in the workgroup can see each other and can even see the server. So we go to Start, click on Networks. All right, so all the PCs can see each other, the Windows 7, Windows Server PC, Windows Vista, and Windows XP. So now we go to Start, Server Manager, scroll down, and we click on Add Roles, click Next. Here we'll click Active Directory Domain Services, select Active Directory Domain Services, click Next. We'll click Next here. And now we'll install Active Directory on the server. Active Directory Domain Services on the server. Click Install. So when Active Directory Domain Services come up, we will promote this server to this domain controller as the only domain controller on the domain. Right, now that Active Directory is installed, we can do two things. We can click on this link here that will automatically execute DC promo to promote this server to our domain server, or we can go to Start Search and click DC promo and press enter. As you can see, the app has come up. I press enter and it will do the same task. So I'll do this task through the wizard. So I click on the link, click next, click next. So we want to create a new forest. This is the only domain server on the network. We'll click create a new domain in a new forest. Click next. And we'll give the domain name, my name, Himraj, HIMRAJ.com. Click next. So the functionality level will choose 2008 since this is the only server in the domain and no other server exists in this domain. And select next. We'll install DNS server services. Click next. Delegation server. Click yes. Do you want to continue? Click yes. Right. So here we leave everything as defaults. That's database folder, log files folder, and sys volume. Those remain as defaults. You can browse, can use a browse button here if you want to change those locations and select next, but I will leave it as default. Give it a password. I'll give it the same password as the server for simplicity purposes. Select next. So just a summary of what we have just done. So we click next. You can review it and click next. And at this stage, the domain server will be promoted from workgroup to a domain. Right, now Active Directory domain services has been installed. We click finished. It will ask if you want to restart now. I click yes, restart now. So now that the Windows 2008 server has restarted, let's just check and make sure that it's showing up as a domain. So we go to click on Start, right click on Computer, click on Properties. Right, so on that domain, see on that domain it says himraj.com, and that was the name of the domain. All right, so we click close. Right, we just double check the configuration for the IP address on the server. Right, so network discovery is on, file sharing is on, public folder sharing is on, right? So we go to network, manage network connections, right click, properties, select IP version 4, properties. Right, so IP address, the IP address of the server is correct, the subnet mask is correct. The server does not really need a default gateway, except you can put in the default gateway to the internet or router. And also we need to change the preferred DNS. It's 192.168.0.1. Click OK and close. Right, and let's see if it sees the other machine. Still sees. All right, so we close this tab. Click on Start Network. Right, so it sees a Windows 7 and a Windows 7 PC in our group. So now we'll configure Windows 7 PC to join the network. So now as we are on Windows 7 PC, we'll go to the we'll go and make sure our IP address is correct first thing. So you go to change adapter settings, right click, properties, select IP version 4, properties. Right, so IP address correct, subnet mask is correct. Default gateway is the IP address of the domain server. Preferred DNS server is the IP address of the domain server. Right, click OK, so everything is correct here. So just click OK, close. Can close this off. Now we go and configure this PC to join the domain. So we click on the Windows button, right click on computer, properties, go to advanced system settings, computer name, change. Right, so now we'll select domain instead of workgroup. and type in the name of the domain, which is himraj.com, and click OK. And it will ask for the password of the server, so you have to log in as administrator and type in the administrator password. Right. As you can see welcome to the himraj.com domain. So Windows 7 has joined the domain. And now we'll go and do the same thing for Windows Vista and XP. So we click OK. We need to restart. Click OK again. Click close. Restart now. So we are on a Windows Vista machine. We did the same process as in Windows 7, and we changed the domain to himraj.com. As you can see, it says welcome to the himraj.com domain. Click OK to restart. Click close. Restart now. Now for Windows XP, we do the same process. Right click on my computer, click properties. Click computer name, change, domain, himraj.com. Click OK. Right, so Windows XP has joined the domain, so we'll restart this machine. Okay. Okay. Yes. Right, so now we'll go back to the server PC or a domain server. Select network. And as you can see, the Windows 7 PC, the workgroup says Himraj, which is the domain Windows server. So while the others restart, they will join into the domain. And remember, when you log in onto these machines for the first time after it has joined the domain, you have to log in as administrator. So you go to switch user, other user, say enter the domain, log on to Himraj, right? So the domain is there, and you just enter their username and password, and you're supposed to be in. Right, so now we're back to the Windows Server machine. All the machines have been started. As you can see, restarted, sorry. And as you can see, all the machines have now joined the workgroup, the domain Himraj. Before it was on our workgroup name workgroup, but now it's on our domain name Himraj, right? So that's it. I thank you for viewing my video. I look forward to making more interesting videos. Thank you.